Good morning, everybody. So last night was the State of the Union address, and uh, so as a kid, my mother made us watch the State of the Union addresses. So I made my daughter watch it, and of course, she didn't really want to watch it, and which is fine, but she watched it anyway, and at the end, she was like, "Oh, that was actually pretty good." And it struck me because the things that the Democratic Party, like the things, because, I explained to her how the Congress is set up, and these are on the side, Democrats on this side, Republicans on this side, and, Vice President, Speaker of the House, all that. She was like, the things that were really good for the country, she was really confused on why, like, Democrats weren't clapping, and why, like, Nancy Pelosi was making, faces and things like that, like things that were just general good things for the country. Like when, we were talking about Black unemployment rates and people not being in poverty and people getting off of welfare, people being able to, not have to depend on the government anymore. Like, that's a good thing when you can stand on your own 2 feet. And in her 13-year-old mind, she's like, why wouldn't they clap for things like that? She just could not understand. And I really didn't even have an explanation for her. Like, it's almost like the Democrats are just against America being good. It's like, you live here. That's what I don't understand. Despite the differences, I understand that there are differences in the party. I understand that ideologically, conservatives and Democrats are different. Conservatives and liberals, whatever, different in the way we view the world. But there are some things that are just, if it's, if it benefits the country as a whole, especially economically, like that, it has, money has no color. It benefits everybody. So, on the economic gains, I don't understand why I couldn't even explain to her, like, why they weren't, clapping for that. And it was actually a really good speech. It was actually very, good to hear, how well the country was doing, and how, how many things had been, like, changed, and how much progress had been made in 3 years. And, regardless, some of the things I understand why Democrats weren't clapping for. They're not going to clap for pro-life stuff. They're not going to clap for, most of the time they're not going to clap for just certain things, whatever. But things that just benefit all of America, that should be bipartisan, it just blew my mind that they still, and it's like, the benefits that are helping people are the people that you claim to have the most care for. These are your constituents. Most Black people vote Democrat. So if it's helping those people that you claim you care so much about, why wouldn't you be happy that, because it didn't happen under, that goes to show me that if you only care about a situation when it only happens under a certain president with a R or a D behind their name, that means you have no real principles. You have no real principles that you're standing on. Because I don't care if there's a Democrat who pushes positive legislation that I truly believe in, I can support that because I stand firm in my beliefs. Regardless of who presents the idea, if I stand firm in my beliefs. So if there are Democrats, that there are like agencies, they're called like Democrats who are pro-life, I can get behind that. I can support that. because that's something that I truly believe in. That's something that I truly stand for. But when you are separated literally just by an RRD, you don't have any real principles. You don't have any real standings. This is a game for you. This is not, you don't care about people's lives. You know, you don't care about, you don't really care about the country. Your children are growing up in this country. You are living here. If something benefits the entire country, you're a recipient of that as well. So it just lets me know that, and it's not all Democrats. There were some who did, who were clapping, like Christian Cinema. She was standing up and she was clapping for things that she really believed in. I can respect that. But I can't respect these people, especially black people. You're sitting there and your people are benefiting off of these things and you don't bother to clap. It's a clap. Like, yo, you're not doing something that is going to break, your moral code, and you're not clapping for something that totally violates, but you'll sit there and turn the entire Empire State Building pink or whatever they did when they passed laws to kill babies at 9 months. Come on. You'll clap for that. Your moral standard is so high that you'll clap for people to pass laws to kill babies at 9 months, but you can't clap for a good economy? That is absurd. That is absolutely absurd. And the Bible talks about this, how in the latter days, what is right will be deemed wrong and what's wrong will be deemed right. And we are seeing that. How do you clap and be proud as a woman that women can kill their babies up to 9 months and even after birth in some instances, but you can't clap because poverty is low? That's absurd. It's beyond absurd. Anyway, the State of the Union address was really actually pretty good. There were some things that I didn't really know about, like the, America being, I had heard that we were independent, of getting oil from other countries. I didn't, and, looking it up, how many, barrels of oil we produce, it is really quite astonishing. I'm like, golly, why weren't we doing this years ago? Like, anyway. So there were things that had happened that I wasn't aware about, but most of the things I had already heard about. The First Step Act, the military, the guy, the vet that surprised his family. That was so touching. How do you not clap for that? The grandchild and grandfather of the first Tuskegee airman who was there with his grandson who wants to join. I guess we have a new force now, the Space Force. I'm like, whoa, that sounds kind of crazy, but cool. Okay, cool. That was incredible. Rush Limbaugh, that was cool. Like I said, I made a video that, I had always heard about Rush being racist until I actually heard him for myself. I was like, oh, okay, Rush, that's not true. So that was really cool, praying for his family. And then the man who was there that had lost his brother, through violence of an illegal alien. It doesn't matter. When you lose someone, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if they're legal or illegal because you lost a family member. But to think that it could have been prevented, that's, because they were, my God, that is just heartbreaking. So there were a lot of great moments. It's good that President Trump is remembering these people. and recognizing these people. And the little girl who is getting the, gonna have school choice, that's amazing. That's amazing. Choice is always better. Choice is always good. So anyway, I just wanted to reflect on that, and just, it really was like, even my 13-year-old daughter, couldn't understand, and I didn't even really have words for her, to explain the, why they weren't clapping and giving credit where credit is due. I mean, they're part of it too. They vote for different things or whatever. So it's just crazy. But and then Nancypelosi tearing up the documents. I mean, the way she did it, like, yeah, I'm gonna stand in front of the camera, make sure you see this. You're like, girl, I mean, we know you don't like Trump. You're not doing anything special by ripping up the papers, okay? We know you don't like him. We know how all y'all feel, Okay, pumpkin, if that makes you feel good, go right ahead. I mean, you look crazy. You look crazy. You look like you couldn't bring yourself to get on board with the positive things. Not saying that you have to agree with everything, but you can't even get on board with the positive things. You're going to rip up the whole speech. It just says, like, that's just how much you think of America. Because other than that, what is it saying? Anyway, you guys have a great, blessed day. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What you think about the State of the Union address. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Be blessed. Bye-bye.